Well, welcome to the OSU Extension Farm page. My pleasure to be out and about today. I'm Connie Smith with OSU Extension Fairfield County. I'm south of Pleasantville. I'm with Kevin Horn of Horn Farms. Kevin, I wanted to come out and talk to you because you guys are finishing up your harvest. You've got pretty views out here on this farm, my
Yes,
friend.
we're in a very good location.
Yeah, you are. Okay. So tell me this, Kevin. What was Harvest 2025 like for y'all?
Fast and furious.
Fast and
The
Furious?
drought dried it down, and I mean, we still got 20 acres of corn that's 25, 35% moisture. We're waiting on it. It was planted late.
Sure.
And then we got the double crop beans, whether they're going to be worth running over to get, but there's still some of them's got some green leaves in them. So we're figuring on another week, 10 days, and then clean this all up and get stuff cleaned up and put away. But no, it was fast and furious.
Yeah. But let's help our viewers understand. You just don't plant a crop in the spring and then sit back and wait to harvest in the
Oh,
fall.
no, no.
You're making hay.
Yep, we bale a lot of hay, square
Yeah.
bales and round bales,
Yeah.
and we bale straw. We have wheat, and then we got cattle on feed, and we got, I think they got 15 or 16 brood cows out here they're running now.
Yeah.
So they got calves in the spring, and we've got something to do every day.
So
Plus, we fix and maintain a lot of equipment and fix stuff for other people. And
Yeah.
Trent's went to painting stuff, so I've got my brother. He's with me, and this is our 45th fall.
Wow. How does that
So
make you feel?
old.
Old?
We started. Dad went down 80. I was a sophomore in high school, and Tim was in the 7th grade. So he lost his eyesight to sugar, and we had to go at it.
Yeah.
So this is our 45th year.
Yeah.
And then I've got my son, my daughter, and her husband, Austin Romine, and then Nate and Nick, Tim's two boys, and
Yeah.
that's the whole peanut gland in a nutshell. So
Yeah. So you got a lot of helpers.
yes,
Got a lot of
we
helpers
got a lot of good help.
and a lot of jobs for everybody.
Everybody's got their technique and what they enjoy, and that's the way it works.
That's the way it works. So the rumor I've heard, and I think this is from some of the younger helpers, you just love to bale hay.
Oh, I love to make hay. I
Yeah.
thoroughly enjoy making hay,
Yeah.
and they thoroughly hate it. So
I've
that's
heard
why
that. That's
I,
a rumor.
that's
I've
why
heard.
I even enjoy it more.
Yeah.
So, no, I love making hay.
Yeah, you love making your hay. Tell me, how does all of those crops, which associates to me, you don't dump all of your eggs in one basket?
No, we got bins. The kids got bins. They put stuff in, and we
Yeah.
got bins. Tim and I put some in, and then we sell some for fall delivery because you always got bills to pay. So
Sure.
some of
Sure.
that goes then. So
Yeah. So what's it mean to you, Kevin? 45 years being on this land that, was passed down through generations. What do you see, like, looking at prices in the future, looking at prices we're getting today? Help our listeners on the farm page understand. Some years you get rich and some years you don't. Talk about that.
It's a feast or famine. I don't need to go to Vegas.
Yeah,
I
right.
gamble enough here
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah.
So, but there's so many things that involve themselves in the market anymore that it's tough to. You got to know your cost of production. You got to
Right.
know what it is, and I always figure that every winter, and then add some money to it because there's always something somewhere that happens that you got to have money to cover it for. And then I start targeting and shooting and selling. I like to have about half of it sold when we start running the corn planter.
Really?
So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's the technique I use. And Nick, Tim's youngest, he's starting to pick up on the marketing. He's got his own trucking outfit, so I'm working with him so he knows for them. So
Yeah. Yeah. So are you trying to find, as we talk about all these family members involved, are you trying to find different areas for them to be involved in this operation?
well, my son-in-law, he's a mechanic, and my son's a mechanic, and of course they both work up at Vernondale 1 or 2 days a week
Uh-huh.
because they can't find any mechanics.
Yeah.
And they both went to Lima through diesel school, so they go up there 1 or 2 days a week. and then that's drug into them. People's all the time calling them, wanting this done. And Trent, he preps and paints, and I try and help him do some of that. And he's got his own. He's got more than he can get done. So's Austin.
Yeah.
With what we tear up, plus what they got to
Yeah.
fix. So, it,
Excuse me. You, my friend,
I'm
tear up
getting
equipment.
I'm getting older.
You're getting older.
I tend to hit things.
You tend to hit things.
Yeah. I'm getting worse at it.
So, what's a day? Tell me like a typical day for you. How do you keep up with all this?
Sometimes you can't. I mean, that's just the way it.
Yeah.
I get up and I start feeding. Tim does the same thing. Nate does the same thing, and then generally around 8:15 we get to the shop and discuss and cuss and whatever needs
Yeah.
done, and then go our way. So,
Yeah.
but and I've always told them, conversation is the only salvation to any situation. You've got to communicate. You've got to talk.
Yeah.
You can't go to bed mad. You can't come to work mad. You gotta have a game plan. So, and the older two, we generally have that, and then the youngers, they generally destroy that. So
Yeah.
that's just the way that works.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
but no, Dad and Wayne moved up here where we're at today in 38 from where Acker Suzuki's at now, from over on 33.
Wow.
They moved up here in 38. This 188 was not paved.
Really?
And my grandpa sat on the front porch one Sunday afternoon. Of course, you didn't work on Sunday.
Absolutely.
Not with him. And he counted 25 cars the whole afternoon.
The whole afternoon.
Now, it in 5 minutes.
And you can count 25
You go,
cars.
it isn't even that.
Yeah.
So, but they come here in 38. So,
Yeah. How did the love of all of this, how did you find the passion?
well, grew up with Dad. You went with Dad when you got old enough.
Yeah.
You could drag a bucket. You was with Dad. So,
Yeah.
and then you got to start running stuff, and I love to run a tractor,
Yeah.
and I love to run a backhoe. They like the combines. I drive a truck. For how long, I don't know, but I enjoy doing that. So,
So what do you do during harvest? What's your job during harvest?
this year I was the jack of all trades.
Oh, you were?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was running here and getting this and doing that, and I didn't dump one truck because I was mowing. I was doing other things, and the boys and Tim, they took care of it. So Tim run the combine and corn, and Nick ran in beans, and I cut a few beans, but he did most of it.
So let me ask you this question. How does it feel to you?
To have the younger generation coming in
Yes.
excites me.
It does?
Yes. They're on the technology end. I'm not. They're the computer nuts, the iPad,
Yeah.
we put scales on the grain carts. They know the bushels on everything they take off, and our combines don't have that. Well, it's got it, but don't work monitoring as it goes.
Yeah.
So, but no, they're taking the spray thing on. They're taking the spreader thing on. They got that where they're doing grids.
Yes.
So they
Soil
can
gridding,
control they can control the amount that they're putting on everywhere, and when I did it, Dad says you pick something at the end of the field, shoot for it, hope it's right, 200 pounds of potash and drive. So that's how I learned.
Yeah. So let me ask you this question. Like, you get excited for that. Did you ever in your lifetime think that you would
Be where it's at today?
use an iPad or do any of that kind of stuff with equipment?
See, when I was getting out of school, that was when computers was starting.
Yeah.
And I had no desire for that. I was there to have a good time. So
Yeah. You were there to have a good time at school?
Yes.
Yeah. And did you have a good time?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Went to school with your brother. How couldn't I not have a good time?
I understand. I understand. I think I've heard stories.
Oh,
I think I've heard stories.
we've got a journal too packed away. So.
Okay. Well, hey, Kevin, so 45 years on this particular property, there would be a lot of money to be had with road frontage right along 188.
We're not interested in that. We're interested in buying dirt. We're not interested in selling dirt. So
I understand.
And we've acquired some. So
yeah. So you feel like you've improved the operation.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Dad and Wayne, my uncle, they did a great job. They built a lot of stuff that you
Yeah.
see around here.
Sure.
They uh, they fixed a lot of stuff. They bought a lot of new stuff too, but not as much as Tim and I have.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, we went to Thailand, and like I said, they're grit sampling. They're getting their areas figured out. But the drainage and the lime will buy you more bushels than anything you do. I've
Yeah.
learned that
Yeah.
in the long shot.
So when you talk about, we're almost done with harvest. When you got started harvesting, even though it was fast and furious because we had beautiful Fairfield County
Oh,
weather,
we've had a wonderful fall.
we've had a wonderful fall so far. Do you still get up when you will start thinking about harvest and think, I'm this is cool. I'm ready to do
Oh,
this.
I enjoy it, but I hate to get done. You know what
Why?
happens when you get done? There's no more money coming in.
Oh,
It's
there's
all
no
in.
more money coming in. Yeah.
There's no more money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, when you're done, that's it.
Yeah. But
As
you've diversified. You've got
well,
some cows
yes,
on feed. You've got
yes, yeah.
some
We
of that
we
going.
feed out about 120, 150 head a year,
Yeah.
and the kids got brood cows out here,
Yeah.
and they raise some calves,
Yeah.
and I like cattle. I like feeding cattle.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I also
Absolutely.
like baling hay, and they don't like baling hay.
I've
So
heard that story. I hear this story long about August every year
yeah,
from the young ones.
they're wore out.
They're wore out, and they say you've done it. And
But they haven't had to do it the way Tim and I had to do it, and we had to handle it. And we went to accumulators and grapples and trailers
yeah,
versus wagons and loading and going to the barn.
stacking them
So
4 high and 5 high, and
yes,
putting them on the elevator,
yep,
and yeah,
yep.
absolutely, absolutely. Hey, my pleasure to bring to you today on the OSU Extension Farm page, Mr. Kevin Horn, a partner in Horn Farms out the Pleasantville area way. Talk a little bit about harvest. Talk a little bit about generational farming, and we're so glad you joined us today. Be sure and subscribe below. Thank you.